Hello traders, this is McBillion. Today is June 14, 2015 and let's talk about the market. I'm going to start talking about the major index and then I'm going to give you some ideas for this week. Let's start with the S&P 500 index futures. As you can see here, this is a 1 hour, 20 days, and you can see the price is trading inside this megaphone. You can clearly see that every time price goes down to this trend line, it bounces. It bounced 3 times from this trend line, and every time it goes up to this resistance, it failed. So I'm thinking that it's gonna go down to this area again, which is the Fibonacci 2058. This area right here, 2058, and probably it's gonna do the same because it's a very strong trend line, and it's probably gonna bounce from there. So be careful if you're short. I think this is gonna bounce from here, and if it doesn't bounce and stay there, then it will increase the possibilities that it's gonna break down even more. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Spider. Many of you trade the Spider, and I was shorting the Spider last week, and I say to everybody, you have to hold, you have to have your lines and your resistance, because right here it fake. There was a fake bounce right here, but then the next day, Friday, it failed and it finished the day below the 50. It finished the day below the $21 exponential in, and there's a little support about at the 5 simple moving average. But overall, this triangle is broken, and I think it's gonna continue down. Now there is a lot of support at 207, and that's the level you need to watch if we go down again. I'm thinking that it's gonna go down again because DMI is bearish and strong. ADX is about 20, and you have to respect DMI. If you wanted to learn how to trade, you have to learn DMI because it's a great tool. It's better than MACD, it's better than RSI, it's better than many other indicators that doesn't give you high probability. Now so let's talk about another one. Let's talk about the iShares Russells. This is another ETF that you need to watch all the time. Right here, what do you see? Major resistance at 126. I'm short on this one because it's a major resistance, major resistance. I'm gonna zoom this out for you. You see the resistance every time we go to this Fibonacci extension, 126, we fails. And every time it fails, it goes down fast and furious. So it happens in March, it happens at the beginning of April, at the end of April, and again we're there. It looks like we failed because we break out last Wednesday. Thursday it looks like it confirmed the breakout in the morning, but then it fails, and Friday you know. But look, this is a strong, the 5 simple moving average is strong. So this is the major index that is strong right now. So when the Russell is strong is because the small stocks, the small caps are strong. So the small investors are holding their money, they're not selling. So this is calling my attention. You can clearly see this trend line right here. If it fell right here and start going down, I might buy some calls right here because this is a strong line. And if you break down this line, this support line, let me tell you, it will get really ugly. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about the Dow Jones ETF, which is the DIA. Right here, I wanted to show you the five years daily. You can see this strong trend. This is a bull market. This is very strong. So when you short in a bull market, what do? You take profits when you can because it's a strong bull market. Now I'm going to show you what's happening in the last months. Right here, it looks like we have some support right here, Fibonacci 177. I said last week, if you break down 177, you have to get short. We didn't. It bounced from there. It looks like it break down one day, but it didn't hold, even for a couple seconds. It bounced right there. The next day, that was Wednesday, it went up. Huge. Thursday, it tested 181 Fibonacci resistance. But then Friday it fell, but it's still bullish. Right here, still bullish. But if you see DMI, which is my principal indicator, is bearish. It's bearish, and ADX is about 20. So meaning it's strong. So it means there is a high probability that this thing is gonna break down this little trend line right here. And what is the key number? 177. Write it down, 177. If you break down 177, what will you do? Get short. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple is in my watch list, and I'm gonna show you the 5 years daily. And look at this trend. And what is this yellow line right here? This is the money line. And let me show you what's happening in the last days. Every time it goes to this yellow line, it bounces. Right here, it's moving sideways between the Fibonacci resistance 134.40. I mentioned this level many times. If you break out that level, get long because it's going to be a huge breakout, probably to 145. And there is some resistance, some support at 123, 122. Every time we go to this level right here, rebounds. We're getting close to that level again. But I wanted to buy on the money line, on this yellow line. If it goes down to this yellow line right here, it's probably going to spike intraday. It's going to go like down, 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 down. And boom, that's when you buy. And it's going to start a new trend, fresh, because Apple is still bullish. Even short-term ADX and DMI is bearish. But it's short-term. You have to always trade price. Price is what's happening right here on the top. Indicators help you. I'm not going to show Apple right here because it's very near to major trend line, even though DMI is bearish, because there's little money here to make being short, but there's a lot of money if we go to the money line, the gel line, trend line. There's a lot of money. If we can go there, 123, 122, boom, we're going to enter long using calls or probably the stock. So keep an eye on Apple because it's getting ready to do something very nice. Now let's talk about IGT. This is the iShare Transportation ATF. As you can see here, very strong, but this chart is broken because it breaks down this money line right here, this trend line. It break down the line, it bounce and retest the breakdown and still going down. The thing is right now ADX is low. So if you know about ADX, when it goes below 20, it means that it's gonna move sideways. So it's not good to keep your money there because it's gonna move sideways, especially if you're trading auctions. It's gonna eat your premium. So it's not good to get there. I only have half position being short because it's bearish. So I'm thinking to get out of that short around 147. 147 is the number. If it goes 147, I'm gonna get out. But I think it's bearish. But ADX, I don't like ADX. It was trending at some point, but now it's going down, and I don't like low ADX. Now let's talk about CNA. This is a very interesting chart. What do you see there? Right here, you see this line right here, this trend line? Major resistance. It looks like it break out right there, but look at this Fibonacci 62.59. So every time we go to this trend line, we go down. It's bullish. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's bullish, but it's a divergence in the DMI. And when I say a divergence in DMI, it means that the plus directional is at the top and the minus directional is at the bottom. So there is a high probability that we're gonna go down from there. So keep an eye on CNA because I think it's gonna based on the divergence, based that is on this resistance, it's gonna go down from here. And if you are long, take profits because I don't like it. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Visa. This is another chart that is consolidating. It's like quiet there, moving sideways. Accumulation. There's a lot of accumulation. It's very strong. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very strong. It might break out. Right there, Fibonacci 670. This is 69.90, but because it's very close to the decade number is 70. The number is 70. That's the Fibonacci resistance. Every time you go there, you try to break out, but then it failed. So that's the major number you need to watch, and also watch this trend line. I think it's gonna move. It's gonna make a move around this apex of this triangle. So every time it goes near the apex, which is the third part of the triangle wedge, that's when you see a breakout or we're gonna see a breakdown. So keep an eye on Visa. I like this chart, but it hasn't yet triggered my enter. That's how you trade. You wait, you wait, you wait, and then boom, you enter and you make money. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about, let me see. Let's talk about Sandisk. This is another one that is an inside. This inside a trend line is moving sideways for many days between Fibonacci 6940 and support 66. So the number is 66. If you break down 66, well, right now is 6610. So if he confirms about below Friday's low, which is the Friday's low was 65.70, get sure, because this thing is gonna move down probably to 60. I'm talking about 10% move. So keep an eye on this one, because this one you can make some money using puts. ADX is low, but it's too low. That's another thing. When you see ADX is very low, it's because a big move is coming. So keep an eye on this one if it confirms below Friday lows. Now let's talk about the last one. Let's talk about gold. I need to talk about gold. Something is gonna happen right here. You see this support right here, 17. Every time we go to 17, we bounce. And we're getting close to the apex of this triangle wedge. And I don't know if we're gonna bounce from here or we finally gonna break down. Now, DMI is bearish, but I'm careful here. I don't wanna get short because it's a major support. 17 is major support. But there is high probability, I would say 60-40, that this thing is gonna break down even further and it's gonna probably test the $10. If it doesn't hold right here at 17, it's gonna test the $10, maybe $15 first, then the 10. If we break out right here, we can have a nice move back to the 25 or the 32. So this is another one that you need to keep in your watch list because it's about to make a major move. Traders, I'm having a nice promotion on my website. Try my service. It's only $2. Only $2 a day that you pay for my service. You're going to receive alerts. You're going to receive updates. You're going to be part of the private chat. So try McBillion. You're going to learn. You're going to see that you're going to like it because I'm doing good. This is everything for today. Trade on.